Woo! What's going on, guys? Owens Form coming to you guys today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about another player analysis. This is my NFL draft player analysis for the Detroit Lions. This is my number 10th video in doing this. This is wide receiver A.T. Perry. Now, going to be eyeballing one of the bigger wide receivers in this draft, the Demon himself from Wake Forest, Demon Deacons, A.T. Perry. Now, this is for some subscribers that requested this on my community tab. Guys like James Willis, Ben Diesel, Perry Ball. So, and there's also a few other guys too that were kind of asking me to analyze A.T. Perry. Now, interesting prospect to watch. Now, very interesting kid to watch. He's 23 years old. He's going to be 24 in October. Okay, so right there, you're like, okay, he's got some age to him. And the kid's about, everybody said this kid was 6'5", 210 pounds. He came in the combine. He was just under 6'4", I believe, like 6'3" and 1/8 or something. I don't remember really, but he was under 6'4", and he was 198 pounds at the combine. So, this is a kid that I think that should have put weight on. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But he pretty much played at around 6'3" and a half, whatever, 205 pounds in college, okay? So he came in a little lighter, lost some weight. Maybe he wanted to get a little quicker. He ran like a 4.47 40. He's not a burner by any stretch. But he did lose a little bit of weight. Now, let's talk about his stats, okay? Let's talk about stats in the ACC for Wake Forest, Demon Deacons. 4 years there. 171 catches, 2,662 yards out of 15.6 yards per reception, 28 touchdowns. He had back-to-back big years in 2021, 2022. 2020, his first 2 years at Wake Forest were below, just didn't even put a blip on the radar. 2021, he exploded on the scene. He had like 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns, bunch of catches. Then 2022, he came back. He had a little bit of I don't want to say a down year, but he had over 1,000 yards. I believe it was like 1,100 or something like that. 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. Not as good a year as he did in 2021, but pretty much almost matched what he did in 2021. So, he was a force. He was a force for Wake Forest, and they play a different offense too, and I'll explain that too as well. But the strengths and the positives, he's a long and rangy player, long, very long, elite length, like over 35-inch arms. Catch radius is absolutely massive. Has a basketball background, so he uses his body well. He boxes guys out. He shields the ball. He's really good at that. He's a contested catch wide receiver. Very smooth runner. He's a smooth runner. He kind of moves almost. Sometimes you don't see how big he really is because he looks like he's moving like a smaller, quicker guy. He does have some separation on his verticals. Not the greatest separation. We'll talk about that too. But he can separate a bit. He's a long strider. He's very natural catcher and a ball tracker. Decent hands. Not the greatest hands, but they're decent. He catches with his hands out at least. He's not a body catcher. He tries to snatch the ball out of the air. He's got big hands. And he's a willing blocker. Quick feet for a bigger dude. I just talked about that too as well. Sometimes I repeat myself. That's okay. Now, with the positives that, come the negatives and the weaknesses. Now, Wake Forest, I had to kind of look into this. Wake Forest ran an offense called the slow mesh. Okay, it puts second-level defenders in a bind, and it blows open spaces for receiving targets. So I guess that's why he may have had the 2 big back-to-back years. So he doesn't really have a route tree. He never really had a route tree. He just kind of had open spaces and just kind of sat in those spaces, got to those spots. Now he needs to add to that route tree. For sure, that is going to be a little bit of a work in progress, but he needs to add to the route tree. Like I said, not a speedster. He is quick, though. He's got some long strides, but he's not a speedster. He's not going to burn you, but he can get open. He gets tripped up at times. I noticed that. He's got some long legs. He's just a long kid. He's just a very long kid. He coasts at times. Sometimes he kind of looks like his head's in the clouds, looking like that kid that's picking dandelions. When you went and watch your kids play baseball when they were little, sometimes they'll coast. He's a big guy, but doesn't play like it too as well. He's not the most physical dude out there. Being 6'4" or whatever he is, 205 pounds. You would expect him to be a little more physical. He's not. He's not a physical guy. He gets pressed up pretty easily. He has trouble releasing at times. So he needs to get stronger. I think he needs to get stronger in the gym. Now he needs to put more muscle on, in my opinion. And like I said, he had decent hands too as well, but he had a lot of drops. The last 2 years, he had 17 drops per PFF. That's from PFF. That's not from my what's it called? Draft analysis. But sometimes I got to go to other avenues, right? So I just wanted to see if this kid, I wanted to see some more things on this kid that didn't really show me on the tape that I did not have. I don't have every single game of Wake Forest. Sometimes it's hard for me to find these tapes and these players. But yeah, he did have some drops. He had about 17 of them the past 2 seasons. So he needs to work on stuff like that. So, overall, bottom line, I think this kid, he has the big play potential. It's there. It's a really good frame on him. Needs to get in the gym though. More of a prospect to me. I think he's a developing player, developmental upside. He has that. He has upside to him. So he's developing. He needs to develop. He's got upside, and he could be a mismatch because of his size. So a red zone guy. He could be a red zone guy. Throw the ball up because he's a contested catch guy. He's going to be one of those guys. I think right off the bat. Now, I think he's a really good football player. I do. I personally don't like him in the first 3 rounds. I'd start looking at him in the 4th. I think he could even slip into the 5th round. A.T. Perry. Like I said, the potential is there. The big play potential is there. But he's a guy that's going to need to develop a little bit. He's going to need to develop a lot, actually. His game needs to get better with his feet, even though he has decent feet for a big fella. But he needs to put some size on. And he needs to start learning the route tree. Didn't have much of a route tree at Wake Forest. So good football player all around. I'm not taking him early though. I'm not looking at this kid till the 4th round. I don't think we even have a 4th round pick, from my understanding. 4th or 5th round pick though. That's my grade on him. That's my grade on him. So surprised he came in later than he did at the combine. He must have been wanting to do some things. Maybe he wanted to show some speed. He ran like a 4.47. So that's not slow by any stretch. But yeah, that's what he did. So I'm giving him around a 4th, 5th grade. Like the kid, just not looking at him too early. So that's my analysis on wide receiver A.T. Perry from the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Hope you guys like it. I really appreciate you guys coming in the video and joining me. I really do. So thanks a lot, guys. Don't forget the notification. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button in the bottom right. Don't forget to hit a notification bell up top. Get all my videos. And don't forget to like, comment, share this out, guys. What do you guys think? Wide receiver A.T. Perry, is he worth an early pick, or are you kind of like on me? On my side, I like him maybe in the 4th, 5th round and up. So that's my analysis on the guy. Go Lions, one pride. Boom. Let's go, baby. Whoa.